Do you guys have any final comments about navigating what it's looked like to transition from Bethany as a single woman being a homeowner to we together are going to buy a home?
One of the main shifts has been I am not a solo decision maker anymore, and learning how to really incorporate another mind and another decision maker into my process, where it has to be like a dual thing. It's not him fitting into my process or me fitting into his. It is we now have a new process that is jointly ours.
Yeah.
And so we have to communicate through decisions, so that even in decisions it points towards being known, prioritizing the other person, being really heard, and actually coming into agreement. So I think that would be like the biggest shift. And then even with selling the house, that part was actually pretty simple, because when I bought the house and sold the house, I knew it was pointing towards eventually making a joint decision. And so I think this one will be different, because it's not only finding something that suits my dreams, but it's finding something that suits our dreams, figuring out what it looks like to incorporate elements that he dreams of and wants, and to incorporate the things that are the most important to me too.
Yeah, I watched her, all those wheels, and gears turning when she had to sell that house at the beginning of COVID quarantine, when everything was kind of starting to go awry in a lot of different industries and in culture. And it was still kind of earlier on, I guess, in our relationship. We were only 4 months in. It was awesome watching her to make such a intense decision that actually looked really tough and maybe even not exactly like the right decision at the time, but had a lot of faith behind it, a lot of strategy behind it. So once again, she knew a lot more than I did in that process. And it was a privilege to support the power and the authority that she was exercising. That was her property. We were just dating. I had nothing to do with that property, but I knew my number one goal was solidarity with her, and was to just go, yeah, you're making the right move. I love getting to support you. She made that decision for us for the long term. A lot of people actually questioned that, and it ended up being a really great real estate decision that provided her with some income in a very interesting time, but has also set her up for the massive upgrade that's coming now. Was it an instant upgrade? No. I kind of was. You want to talk about appreciation? Hey-o! Relationships should appreciate, not depreciate. Yeah, just like a house.
Any
That's great.
tips, tricks, or final thoughts?
By real estate.
Tips or tricks? I would say whatever you think you are unqualified for inside of a relationship, you are actually overqualified for. Whatever you think you are undeserving as far as relationships, you are over-deserving. So aside from this being about, real estate and business and everything else, relationship is so important. Ultimately it's the food for your soul. Relationship is just it. So relationship with our Creator. All creation is crying out to its Creator. The relationship is when we get to communicate with Him, and He communicates with us. And so that's what this is. Is just an extension of what we already have with our Creator. The very purpose as to why we were created, relationship. Stop hesitating. You are wiser than you think, and that decision is actually easier than you think it is. Just go for it. If there's someone that you have on your mind, start pursuing. Start stepping out on a limb.
I love it you said that, because the first thing that came to mind was just the idea that men aren't meant to be the only solo pursuers. So just kind of speaking to the ladies, pursuit is meant to be like a joint effort. Obviously men are to pursue, that is absolutely a fact, but just kind of the reminder that we have an active role to play in relationship, and with that we have an active role to play in getting into relationship. The way you live single life will be similar to the way that you live engaged or in relationship or in marriage. It's worthwhile to learn to pursue well, to honor well, before you feel like you've met someone that you want to be with. It matters how you treat the people around you, including actively communicating value for others, because that does open a door to get to know really great people. It creates a safe space for men to pursue. Just friendly reminder, pursuit goes two ways, and both are necessary.
Yeah, preparation is key, and you'll be surprised at the expansion of capacity and territory that happens. So just don't be fearful. that's a wrap, guys.
Thank you so much for joining. Like and subscribe for more interviews with friends. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I would love to connect with you.